Changes always happen. Sometimes some take longer than others, and some happen immediately. But what if it's all written, if it's all true? Events that has happened for the past 2 years have been something out of ordinary. The tribulation really did start on January 1st, 2022. And this YouTuber who has been posting about how close we are to the rapture in their religion and how everything is unfolding have to start with some events that will have to be sacrificed in order for the event to happen, the great rapture to happen. And of course, this is all written. Inflation, hiatus, the past couple of years have just been the story of this whole 2022. We'll show a brief video, two brief videos here that will explain the prediction. This man really predicted how this world's gonna end up being, and of course it's very scary to see how it's going, and it's really becoming to be a very factual video. And of course we're gonna talk about also what a home has seen and what have the events that have been heaving around that home. But first we'll check out Watchman for the Great Day. Obviously he's just posting of how close they are to the rapture, but here it is.
That's what I entitled this, because it's the parable of a certain king. So I'm going to read it to you, and I hope that your ears are open and that your heart is open. And as we approach the last moments before the transformation, brothers and sisters, there's going to be a change, such as the world has never seen, such as all of the pastors in the world have been saying there's going to be a great revival before Christ returns. Well, this is going to be that revival before the tribulation period starts. It's all I can see. All right? Now, I'm not even going to go into timing necessarily right at the moment, but I'm just going to read you this as it's written in Matthew 22:2, and also for the world, because the world's going to go through a particular time in this next 40 days that's going to have them probably worried, all right, for what's about to come on this earth, all right, and they're going to have an idea of what's about to come on this earth. Big changes are due. So with the bride being transformed and to bring in a 40-day harvest is what we're looking at. And it's
So basically this man stated that there's going to be a transformation for the world and for the body of Christ. So basically an event that's going to benefit the Christians. So of course he talked about the 40-day harvest. It's going to happen immediately, and after that there's going to be some changes. He also talks about a midnight cry that was heard in the home. That same month he stated about it. But here are a couple of events that happened in a couple of years, and a couple of years after he stated this video about the events he said. Here they are.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died. The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting.
Major oil-producing countries, including Saudi Arabia and Russia, have announced they are cutting oil production by 2 million barrels per day. That means Americans will soon be feeling the effects of that decision when they fill up their gas tanks. But as Ali Rogan reports, the impact will depend, at least in part, on where in the country you live.
Gas prices are likely to change as a result of...
So basically, these two events happened. In the past couple of years, 2022, inflation was rising. January 1st, we know how high gas was rising. So of course, Watchman for the Great Day has stated these these events to be true. These were the events that he predicted in order for the rapture to happen. But there's more. And of course, COVID-19 has happened as well. And I guess this was the prediction for the rapture. A lot of people said this was the event and the rapture that happened immediately. That had to happen immediately the 2 years before he stated about it. Not only this, but there was many more changes that happened in 2019. 2019 took a deep turn for negative and for positive. So many people were sacrificed in 2018. They lost their lives in car crashes and so on. A family in a home in Southern California suffered a hard loss in a family member in 2019. And of course, they felt like they were sacrificed. There were so many fights and everything changed. And if they felt like someone cursed them, they had a black magic spell happening on them. But at the same time, nobody knows. But something on December 2018, UFOs were seen on the sky. And of course, a lot of people have seen a weird meteor that across the skies across Southern California that was seen in San Francisco and above Los Angeles skies, northern skies. So people say that this might have been UFOs that did these changes to these families that are probably cursed. But a weird figure was seen in February 2019, and this was way before COVID. Things took a sharp turn in 2019 when a weird, kind of like a weird whirlpool, 4 feet whirlpool was seen in the living room. And of course, the living room, a kid created suicide. Obviously, 19 years or 21 years after this was seen. And the whirlpool appeared in the same place, and things started to change. So these are just not events that occurred. This was seen in a living room in that same home. So much fights and so much chaos happened at this home. No peace whatsoever. And of course, what was top of this, what was getting sucked down in the middle of the cyclone of this whirlpool that was seen in a Southern California home was a rat or a bat-like creature. One of the ladies who lived there saw this, and also another person as well saw it, but only saw part of it. It happened so fast and immediate. Maybe this was the change that occurred. Maybe this was the sharp turn and maybe took us to a different dimension. This is so many questions that have happened. First, you have COVID, this whirlpool that was seen in the home, chaos, allures, and also you have inflation, 2022. So basically, Watchman for the Great Day talks about the events and the tribulation, which is troubling times, and inflation. So maybe he predicted everything right. Or could it be UFOs? UFOs have a long story about ruining human lives, abductions, and all of this. But you think UFOs can be in control? Maybe, probably. I think UFOs are the ones who are doing everything to harm human life. And I think aliens are in control to destroy us. We are not safe. And of course, that's why the Christians want the rapture to happen. But again, they're sacrificing everything and everybody. This footage shows the meteor that was shown, or a picture of the meteor that was shown on December 19, 2018. Some say there was several lights around it.
People saw it all the way from L.A. to Northern California. Now, Vandenberg Air Force Base supposed to blast a rocket into the heavens tonight, but that mission was scrubbed. So what was that sight? Well, KCAL 9's Tom Waite is live at the Griffith Observatory with some answers tonight. Tom, what is it?
Yeah, Jeff, a busy night in the heavens above the Southland. So a lot of people had questions about what was going on tonight. Well, first of all, hundreds of people were gathered here at Griffith Observatory to see that rocket launch. It didn't happen, but something else very interesting did. A mystery streak in the evening sky had imaginations in overdrive. People were posting about the fiery-looking squiggle up and down the state. Many of the posts came from the Bay Area all the way up to Stockton. Dr. Laura.
So again, in review, the newscaster says that this mission was scrubbed. The rocket should have been shot up in the sky from Vandenberg base that same night on December 19th, but it was scrubbed. So you think they might be hiding something here? Probably. Maybe this is what took us to another dimension. And maybe government control aliens, or aliens control the minds of the government and everyone else on this earth. Thanks for watching.